All right, let's talk about range now. So just since x's were the domain, then y values are going to be the range. So it says right here very clearly, the range is the set of y values we get after substituting all the possible x values of a function. So in this case, the function that we see in the picture, it says that the range of the function is y is less than or equal to 1. And that's because right here on the y-axis, you see the value 1. You know, 1 is going to be your highest y value, all right? You don't get any y values above 1. Every y value is less than 1. So that's why you say that the range is y is less than or equal to 1, all right? That's how that works right there, all right? If we continue. Well, when we're talking about range, again, we're looking at y values. So y values along your y-axis, they go like this. They go vertically. So we're going to try to line this up. And it looks like the bottom of this function, it bottoms out at -3, and it goes all the way up. And see how when you get to the top of one section, it doesn't mean that you're at the top of the function. To cover the entire function, you'd have to go up here to +3. So it looks like this function's range is sandwiched between -3 and +3. All right. Now, let's go ahead and try this guy out. All right, so if we want to find the range, well, again, we're looking at the y values. This looks like it goes between -2 and +2. So I'm going to change those numbers, -2 all the way to +2. All right. Now, the only issue that I have right here is that I have dotted lines, and I have points that are actually included. So I'm going to go ahead and change these to equal symbols because I am including those y values. I actually have a y value of 2, right? The graph tells me, right? And a y value of -2. Okay, so that's how that range would work out. Here's a piecewise function. You're not really going to work with piecewise functions in Math 1, but they're still worth talking about. So if we're going to find the range of this one, let's use inequality, right? Let's see this. Let's talk about this part right here. So this looks like it goes from 5 all the way to 6. So we're going to say 5 is less than y, which is less than 6. And there we go. We have it. Okay. And we would do the same for those other two parts. Okay. Now, this next screen, which is really the last one, it talks about this function really, instead of having 3 shaded regions. Now, when we talk about the domain, there would be 3 regions for the domain, right? But when we talk about the range, would there really be 3 regions? And Zeke's argument, Zeke is saying that he claims that the function to the left should have 3 shaded regions because it's a 3-piecewise function. Zeke is actually incorrect. If we go back to look at this function, right, and let me move my face. All right, if we go back to look at this function, these 2 segments here at the bottom, their domains might be different, but actually, when you look at their range, let's talk about this first part. The range right here goes from -2 less than y, and it goes all the way up to +2. There you have it. Now, when you write the range of this guy, it actually completely encompasses the range of this second portion. So these 2 expressions that I've written encompass the entire range of that function. So that's something that's a little strange about range. Range, you can have the range of one piece of a function to sort of overlap the range of the other part. So you don't have to go and specify, like I don't have to go and say, well, the range of that third part is 0 to looks like what, like 1.5, maybe a little less than 1.5, right? I don't have to put that because I've already overlapped it. I've already included it. So that is how range works. To recap, domain is all the possible x values listed from left to right, and range is all the possible y values listed from bottom to top. Don't forget to include your less than or equal to symbols, depending on if the value at the bottom or top is included or excluded. And that's how you talk about range.